headed to Kentucky. We're gonna go hang out with the folks at GAS Bowstrings, talk to them for a little bit. Me and Cameron have used GAS Bowstrings for quite a while. They've yet to let us down. So it kind of only made sense for me and Cameron and now Logan obviously, to go tour the facility and see where they make probably some of the world's best bowstrings. So that's where we're headed. So we made it. We're down here at GAS. Not a bad drive. No. It's not too far at all. So we're gonna get inside.
Speak for them. My happy ass was stuck in the back. John was like, AC's on. Wasn't on the entire time.
You're the smallest cat sitting in the back with parachute pants.
Just saying.
Anyway, not that bad. It was only about 2.5 hours. We stopped and ate breakfast, but we're here now. We're gonna figure out what door we need to go into, talk to some people, and hopefully get you guys a cool video and show you what GAS Bowstrings is all about.
I do my best, man.
Yeah. I know I had a couple questions. I know Cameron had a couple. I guess one of the couple two that I had is the first one is what set GAS apart from all the other custom bowstrings, or even the stock bowstrings that you get on your bow. Why would people want to come to GAS and be like, this string is way better?
Yeah, so on that, it's going to be our process, what you guys seen. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we can't talk in depth about the whole thing, but it's really our process. Another thing that I would say that would set us apart is going to be our customer service.
Mm-hmm. Second to none.
We are, you go through it, the total tensioning system. Strings are tensioned all the way through the process. There's never a time that they're not under tension, all fibers, equalized out.
Right, gotcha.
And really, like I said, at the end of the day, it's customer service and treating people right.
And I will say, like Cameron said, second to none, which we talked earlier. Cameron had an issue at West Virginia Tech with one of his strings because he was running GAS on the Matthews, and you guys gave him a set of strings that were way beyond what he had on there for free. And the boss man is the one that actually put them on, and we really appreciated that. And it really hit us in our heart. So I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. And I guess the other question I had is, what does it mean to you guys as a whole when you see someone like, I noticed Cam Haynes the other day, and someone as prolific or as well known as he is, say just how good GAS is. Whether he's a sponsor, you guys sponsor him or not, we don't know, and really it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, someone's not going to take something and put it on their bow that they don't trust, especially someone like him. So how does that make you guys feel when you see someone like Cam and say GAS is best in the business?
Yeah, and I think like you're saying, it speaks for itself. And Cameron, and if you look at all of our accolades, I guess you could say, across at the end of the day, we're building bowstrings.
Right.
I know sponsorships come up and things like that, and we don't pay people a lot to shoot our strings at hardly anything. all those people that believe in us. We greatly appreciate that. We take pride in it, but I think it speaks for itself. You've got some of the best archers in the world that are, that's how they make their paycheck. They truly believe in our stuff, and if it wasn't good, they wouldn't be shooting it.
Awesome. Cameron, what other questions do you have?
So, one of the things that first of all, thank you guys for having such good customer service. It would have been easy for the boss man to look at it and be like, hey man, it's a human-made product. We apologize. But he was more than happy to take care of it. As you guys grow and as you start seeing yourself progress, and you've picked up like the bow presses, the ACU, everything else in that range, do you see yourself, the company, expanding even further outside of that area, or are you guys pretty much settled where you are right now?
We're pretty much settled as far as GAS. I mean, it's its own monster, I guess you could say, as far as staying busy. People love the quality of the strings, and our main thing is be better than we were the day before. We're all open-minded. There's not ever a bad idea, and we take all those into consideration to not only help grow the business, but to make our product better. As far as what the future holds, we don't really know.
No crystal ball.
Our main goal, and I'm speaking, on behalf of GAS, and we take that over into other things, is just be better than you were yesterday, and keep an open mind.
Logan, you got anything?
I know you mentioned sponsorships, and you said it really wasn't. It was more of a kind of a benefit. Like, yeah, you're trusting our product to use it. What do you guys look for when you want to do a sponsorship
or partner with someone? Yeah.
I can say that it's not ever like we're going out on the hunt to pick people up, I guess you could say.
Right on.
You ain't out here poaching people from other string brands.
Yeah, it's not. That's not what GAS is about. Obviously, and same thing when we first started. It wasn't getting on the phones and calling every dealer saying, hey, we need your business. You got to come to us. We're the best. It's most of the time those kinds of people reach out to us. It's like, hey, I just want to give this a shot and see what all the hype's about. So as far as sponsorships, even like I said, dealers, it's more of a hey, your customer wants this. We could make a partnership and offer. You might as well offer our strings as well, and we're not out here pushing. Hey, you have to be exclusively GAS. You have to be, exclusively X Bowstring company. We're here for everybody. We support the industry, and we're not necessarily cutthroat, I guess you could say. It's more of a we're here to help everybody, and we're here to grow archery. So when you start throwing sponsorships, and you get on the internet, and everybody's like, well, anybody will shoot somebody stuff for enough money. Man, at the end of the day, we're a bowstring company. It is what it is. Now, we take much pride in our strings and being considered, in my opinion, we're the best string company there is. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's a string company. We're not paying people millions.
You know what? Something I loved about what you just said, and something that I picked up on. You said something that struck a chord with me. The same thing Easton said. When we were at Seven Springs, we talked to Cody from Easton, and we were talked about our video we did with Mr. Tyson Yates from Easton about the 5.0s, little issues we had with them. And they said, same thing Tyson said, same thing Cody said, same thing you said. We don't care what you shoot. Just get out there and do it. And I think that really, that's something that you see in the archery community a lot that you don't see in others.
Right.
A lot of people, even in like just binos, like six best, Vortex is where you want to be. But in the archery community, when it comes around this kind of where we are, it's amazing to see all the companies be like, doesn't matter. You shoot what you like. We would love for you to give us a try, but at the end of the day, it's going to be up to you. Like, as long as you're out there doing it, that's all we love. And I love that about the company.
Yeah, and I think, archery, man, it's a very small industry when you get out. And me personally, when I was younger and got into this, you think it's some big world. You're not going to meet everybody. At the end of the day, just like with anything else, don't burn bridges, especially if outdoor industry. I mean, everybody talks.
Yeah.
Everybody supports one another, and at the end of the day, we all love archery. And no matter what you're going with, I mean, I want you to shoot GAS Bowstrings because we're going to treat you right, and I feel like we offer the best strings.
Yeah.
But man, at the end of the day, we're here to help everybody.
Yeah, right. And that just means a lot from us from a consumer standpoint. That to you, you're not like, hey, GAS is it. At the end of the day, you're like, we would love for you to have our product.
But if you don't, it's okay.
But if you don't, we understand.
Yeah.
That means a lot from the consumer side as well.
And to add to that, like I was saying, even with dealers, even with customers, we're not looking to run relationships between a customer, whether it be a retail guy, a dealer. Just give us a try. Your wife may like, X string company, and you may like GAS.
Oh no, my wife shoots GAS.
It's at the end of the day, we're here to help. I can say, speaking on the TAC events, it's been many of people come up like, man, my peep's rotating, I don't know what to do. It's been a different string company. I try my best to get them. I'm not there to bash on other people. At the end of the day, I mean, a lot of those string builders we talk. I may holler at somebody and say, hey, look, I'm having some issues out of this bow. Have you had the same thing? It seems every time the serving's getting cut here. We discuss that. Sometimes we're collectively working with somebody else just as far as ideas, or hey, are you seeing this as well? It's not a stab each other in the back kind of thing.
Right,
yeah.
Gotcha. All right. What do you guys think? I thought it was a good tour.
I love GAS, and I'll still continue to love GAS forever.
Shout out to Cody for giving us that tour and that walkthrough.
Yep.
Everything I thought it was, I will say that, and surprised a little bit. I
love they pay their people by the piece.
By the piece, yeah. So that was one thing Cody he forgot to mention while we were talking to him, and our camera actually it died on us. But he said that the individuals that you saw making the strings, and they get paid by the piece. So they're not like salary, they're not hourly, they get paid by the piece. And he said what that does is a couple things that holds everyone a little bit more accountable, and especially for like the quality assurance aspect of it. Everyone wants to make sure they do it right, because if a arrow gets or a string gets sent back, that person's got to fix it. So we like that, we appreciate that. But you want me to help you with your seatbelt there?
Yeah. We turn the buzzer off.
Yeah, we can get the Toyota to be quiet. But again, shout out GAS Bowstrings. They are who we thought they were. Their customer service has always done right by us. They've always treated us really well, including today. Definitely not a waste of a time to come down here by any means whatsoever. Love to see where they are in the next 5 to 10 years, and I'm sure it's probably not going to be that warehouse. But we're headed back to West Virginia now. Probably stop and get something to eat.
I could not say more good things about the customer service. Just how everybody treated us from the moment we walked in the door.
Right.
Every time we've seen them at Seven Springs, big shout out to them.
Very friendly.
Yeah, hopefully we can collab with them soon. Maybe get them out to West Virginia for some hunts.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, big shout out to GAS. It was a great time. Could be more grateful.
Logan, did you have fun?
Had a blast.
Good road trip, right?
Great road trip.
Yeah, right on.
Got to see some beautiful animals in the shop.
Really big animal, really beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the receptionist lady who killed all those animals.
That's what she said. She said she killed them all.
And she carried the elk out on her back.
It is
on her
true.
back. Yeah.
Carried it out of the mountain.
Yeah, definitely not a wasted trip. Very informational.
Yeah, opened my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, and they were. I mean, for a company like that, they were very transparent.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, they were. But headed back to West Virginia. We'll see you guys on the next one.